Hey, yeah, sure, George. What are we doing here? There's a big mess.
Yeah, we've been making a big mess today, cleaning up this wall.
Oh, I see. Hey, who's this funny green guy again?
Yeah, who is this again?
Oh, I'm Handyman Hank. Don't you remember me?
Hey.
Oh, yeah. That's that guy, the creepy dude who says he wants to go out with me. Okay, well, forget about that. What are you doing here, Hank?
Well, I showed you earlier on the video that there were some termites in that wall over there. And we had to get all of that stuff away from there.
What? It looks like a big mess.
Yeah.
What? I think we should fire him. What do you think, George?
Well, I mean, if we fire him, then we have to do it, right?
Oh, I don't want that.
No.
Get back in here. Where
Get back to work.
Oh, okay. I thought I was going to go pack my stuff up and
No.
leave.
Oh, just get over there and finish up and clean that mess up, okay?
Well, all right.
And what are you going to do next?
Oh, I don't know. What do you think, George? What should we do next?
Put stuff in the trash.
Oh, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay, you two boys better figure this out, because it's a big mess and we got to clean it up.
Yeah, okay, Lena, right away.
All right, don't get mad at me. Okay, so over there in that corner, all of that stuff's off. And we found a dead mouse in there. Ew, it was horrible. And all kinds of mouse poop. Oh, it's terrible stuff. But not so many termites on that wall. Just right in here. They really ate that up and over here. So we'll have to get rid of all that. But the good news is termites seem to have stopped right about there. So... But that dead mouse, I don't know about that. Ugh. Well, all right, everybody. Here we are at the wall. It's a little more clean than you last saw it. And we've done a little bit more work on it. You may wonder what this weird thing is here. That is a support wall that helps to keep the roof up as we're working on the other outside wall. Oh, hello, everybody. Hey, there's Danny here to help me. It kind of looks like a jail. Yeah, I know it does. But it's just there to help support it. Let me show you what we're doing. Okay. So, yeah, you can see here that this is a temporary support wall that we've just put together with 2x4s. And a footer at the bottom and a header at the top. And so these are just put together and kind of hammered into place. So that supports this while we replace this header up here and that one right there above the window. Because that one has got some serious rot. You can see up there. Look at that. And this one is pretty well rotten as well. So we got to get all those replaced, and so we're going to do that while we have this extra support in here. We're also going to put a support on the outside. I'll show you that. All right, so here we are looking out into the room. That's the window we were just looking at. And we're going to take that set of 2x4s, there's two of them that are screwed together, and put them on this little beam down here and put it up against this part. Because this is the overhang within here. This is the overhang that is continuing on from inside. So we lift this up and that, and it'll take the weight off of this wall, and we can replace that header. Now we do need to be careful because this wall, this exterior wall, doesn't have a lot of support to it now. A lot of the termite eaten 2x4s are still gone. We have support there, but not much. So we're going to do something to support that wall. Let me show you that. So we'll take this 2x4, you can see here, and we'll put it there and screw it on, and then we'll screw it to this one over here, like that. So there'll be a support beam that's hooked to that wall, and this one to keep that wall stable, the wall from going in and out. So we'll get that done, and then we can start working on that up there. Let me just say again, the reason we put these in here and here is that we're going to be taking the load off of this wall by lifting up outside on these ceiling joists, we'll call them here. If you're upstairs, they're floor joists. But when we do that, we're going to take the load off of this entire wall. And now that wall doesn't have anything sort of holding it in place. So what we don't want is for that wall to start falling out or in, because all of a sudden it doesn't have anything holding it up there. And you might say, but the 2x4s, well, let me remind you, these have been all rotted off, a lot of them. And we have these in place, but they aren't hooked to the wall, these new ones. So, and this one is cut off down there. So we've tied into this 2x4, which actually was mostly left intact by the termites, and another one on the other side. So by doing that, this one still hooked to the wall is hooked over here to this temporary wall, which will keep it from moving out that way. These, that are temporary studs in the wall, will keep it from moving in this way. So, and so will these. These will actually stabilize it both that way and that way. So now we can go out and take the load off of the that one and see how that does. Those are already somewhat free, but we want those to be lifted off just a smidge off of the top cap here, so that we can get that out of there easy enough. All right, so you can see, it doesn't look level here, but it is level. So we've got a 2-ton floor jack down here, just resting on a piece of 2x10, I think that is. And then it's up there, that 2x4 that we put across the top. Hopefully you can see that. And we've got a bit of load on it. So it's taking the load a little bit off that wall. So this will work out just fine, I think. Let's go inside and see what we got. So again, here's the support outside we were just looking at. So it's outside that window. And that's going up and underneath those back there. And this wall over here is supporting it here. So this section between this wall and out there where we're getting it with this beam is all being lifted up. And maybe you can see it, but there's just a little daylight showing between there. And that's what we want. We want these two 2x4s to be able to come out, slide out from underneath this. So we'll have to saw the nails out, of course, and all that. But that's what our goal is to get the load off of this so we can get this header out of here and replace it. So I think we're in good shape. What termites can do. Bee footage. Put in dramatic music.
Getting close there. Can you do a close up? Yeah. Oh yeah, that's good.
That's where they burrowed their way through the wood. This used to be a 2x4 stud, and here's the rest of it over here in the wall. Kind of hard to see it there because it's kind of hidden back in a corner, but you can see it goes all the way up to the top there, and all the way to the bottom. All right, that's what those little rascals can do. Anybody home? All right, everybody, so we worked on getting this header out of here, and we did. We got it out in pieces, and here are the pieces right here. I had to chop it into little chunks to get it out of there. And there it is. Yeah, there's some of that termite eating stuff right there. Ew. But you can see that we've got the header out all the way across here, and we've left a little tag there that will overlap, so there'll be a header, a 2x4 coming in there, and then we'll overlap it with this one. And over on this side, we have a little short overlap, but we'll be putting extra 2x4s wherever we've overlapped the 2x4 headers. So, and no incident. The wall is intact. Everything is good. A little messy, but the boss has been cleaned up over here. So we'll check in with you after we've gotten some 2x4s up there, new ones. All right, so here's our mocked up header. And we've cut it so that it fits. We've got good overlap on all the different sides. Good overlap in the middle here, which is what we were looking for. So we're going to just do a quick attachment to make sure it all fits still, and then we'll take it off and put the nails in it and put it up permanent. A little dark, but you can kind of see the new header is in place. Now we've shimmed a couple of spots just so they carry load. You can see all the way across there. We've put these supports back into place. I'm sorry, I'm pointing at these supports. Not that we're too worried about the wall anymore, but it's just sort of a belt and suspenders. But it goes all the way over. We've got that good overlap on that one. It comes across. And we have good overlap on this one too. There it is, yep. And these are overlapped nicely here. So, excellent. This was a big part of this project, is to get that new header in there without destroying anything, and we did that. We got a little bit more work to do on this, but this actually could be done when we're framing out this new door that'll be here. So there'll be a door that goes in there. Maybe that'll be part of this, maybe it'll be another one. All right, so today's project, because you can call it that, that is a door that's on its side. It will be turned up like that, obviously. And that is going to go in this space here where the that old window is. So we're going to demo the window, get that out of there, and then we're going to do framing. We'll get the old framing out that's still got some of the rotten wood. You can see down there. And it's pretty termite eaten, but all that stuff will come out. We'll put brand new framing around, and then we'll saw this wall on the outside. I'll go around and show you that in a second. Saw that wall, and the wall should come out, and that'll leave a big opening, and then the door hopefully will fit in there just fine. So that would be nice to get all that done today. We'll take you around the outside. So there's the outside. So this window comes out, and we'll saw down here through all this stone, make a big giant mess, of course. And then that section of wall comes out, and the door gets installed there. So let's get started. Now that is the clearest window I've ever seen right there. Almost like there's no window at all. Woohoo, there isn't a window. So we've demoed the window. It is out of there. And here it is, awaiting deconstruction to go back to its elements. And the inside, and by the way, for those of you who don't know, these kinds of things come as units. So this is a single unit that you frame to fit, and then it pushes in from the inside to the out up against this lip here. So the window, sorry, it goes up against this lip. Sorry, gotta get my orientation straight. So this goes up against, this is the outside of the window, oops, outside of the window. Push it from the inside up against this lip. And it's pretty heavy. Took two of us to haul it out here. And here we are from the inside. So they had framed this part out, as you can see. They had a couple nails coming through into the frame of it. So we're on to the next job. All right, so now we've gotten rid of the header up there. You can see that's gone, and all of the different pieces that were rotted out. And here's the header board. You can see how termite eaten it is. See all that? And this is one of the other boards that came out. So I think we're now at a point where we have eliminated almost all of the termite wood, and we'll now start by building the frame for the new door, and that will be we're going to put 3 2x4s on either side. That's a bit of an overkill, but normally they would do 2. So we'll do 3 on each side, and we just need to make sure that we get that spacing on those between there and there to match the width of the door there to there. So that'll be our next tricky bit. And we got to do cleanup because that's a big mess. All right, so this is the outside in preparation of breaking the wall away. We're using a masonry bit or a saw blade on that skill saw and just cutting through the stone here, making a good score mark nice and deep so that when we go to break this away, we'll have a nice clean edge along here, or as clean as we can get it. So we'll do that on both sides. Haven't started over there yet. Bit messy, not too bad. All right, so a little more demo work up here. Getting that old styrofoam off that was gnawed on by the termites. And getting it down to the point of being able to take this out. And remember, this whole X section will be coming out of here because that's where the door is going to go. So we got that. All right, so we have made progress. So we now have the new header tacked into place with a 2x4 on either side. You can see it there. The fan is there because we were cutting through the stucco, if you might, or the plaster with a saw and cutting from this side as well as the outside. So when we knock this wall out, it should come out pretty easily. You can see some of the cut marks down there. But we're running the fan because it got pretty dusty in here. But anyhow, we've got those, and we're going to put 2 more 2x4s on either side. Oops. So you can see it there. Two more 2x4s, and they will be up underneath this so that they are carrying the load all the way down to the sill plate. So, looks good. Okay, it's all done. You like the new door? Well, no, this is temporary plywood up here just to cover the window up while we quit for the day, and we'll get back at it tomorrow. So the inside looks like that. Looks kind of like a jail cell now. Yeah. Tomorrow we'll take this temporary wall down, get all that buttoned into place. So we did get the header up into place. You can see it up there. We'll put the rest of the 2x4s in place, and then we'll knock this wall out and put that door up. So let's get to that tomorrow. All right, the temporary wall is gone, and all of the structure has been restored. We've got 4 2x4s on either side. A little bit of an overkill, but the span warrants that in fact we do that. So it's all good. I don't think we have any more to add here, but we might sister up on a couple of them. So probably next is we'll knock this wall out of here carefully, but we'll do that. We got it all kind of cleaned up right now. So there we go. Next step is something else. Here we go.
There we go. Woo! Man, that's stuck on there. Woo! Watch out, hon. There's elastic in that.
And there'll be more of the same.
Uh-huh.
So next time we look at this, there'll be a big old opening there. So the sill plate is gone. That's this part down here. We're down to bare concrete. The opening is ready for the door. So it's about time to slide it into place. We'll see how it looks. What a beautiful view. All right, there be a door. It is temporarily hooked in, but it looks great. It looks great, like it's made for that spot. Wow. Yep, that looks really wonderful. And here it is from the inside. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. What a transformation. What a transformation. And it looks like we got the gaps on the door just right, so we have just enough room to shim it on top. Oops, I gotta get up there. On top and on the sides here. You can see the little bit of a gap there. That gives us just enough room to get that door plumb. so that it swings and everything, and we'll do all the flashing and whatnot here in a bit. But for right now, we're just stopping and enjoying the moment.
Hello everybody, sorry I haven't been in the videos, but my work crew has been on it. But here we go, we're getting there, and we're putting down this tape to keep the bottom of the door sealed, and then we're putting that metal thing down there, that's called flashing, so that keeps the water going outside. And we've put the drywall up temporarily here so that we can get the door at the right level. So we're making good progress. Thanks to my crew. I guess they probably need a lunch break or something. What do you think? Nah, let's keep them working. Yeah. Okay, talk to you later. Bye. All right, folks. It doesn't look like much now. Yes, that is a sheet of plywood there. But that's to keep the door from blowing open before we put the door hardware in. But it's all in, and all of the flashing is in. It's great. I'll show you from the outside. All right, so here's the outside, and it's looking good. All that flashing is in the right spot. It's done just the way it's supposed to be done. All right, so now we'll plumb it, and we'll get the door hardware in, all kinds of goodies to do still, but for right now, that looks great. All right. Well, time for a quick update. So you've seen some of this. There's drywall is off all these still, but the door is installed and working well, and the electrical is going in. You can see plugs going in there, and a little bit more electrical to do, and then we'll do some plumbing. Run a hose bib over there. Then it'll be time for getting the drywall up. All right, just a quick update. Everything looks the same here, except that we've added the plumbing. So you can see now that there's a copper pipe that runs down there and out the wall. All the electrical's done. So there, and over here. And the door is pretty much put into place. We need to do a little bit more work on getting some insulation around there. But we're just about ready for the next phase, and we'll finish up the electrical. So we have some lighting work to do, and that'll be up in here. And we need to kind of clean up this mess in here. And we're going to be putting a two-way switch, or actually three-way. One way over there, and that'll control this light. So we have one there, one here, and one up at the top of the stairs. So that's kind of our project for today. I think we've got it all mapped out, so we know what we're going to be doing. And this is what the hose connection looks like on the outside. It's going to have this flange eventually that will be, we'll turn it up like this so we can get to that. And that will hold this pipe nice and steady. I'll have that bit. Now I got that flange put together. But that's all on and ready to go. All right, so we've gotten rid of the hung ceiling crossbars in here. Back up a little so you can see it all. There we go. So you can see that's all cleared out of there, and we took out the old light. Oops, sorry to swing around there. So there's the old light, and now we're just kind of neatening up. This is where the power comes in, right here, for the lights that are gonna be on switch for in here in this room. But the previous owner had done a lot of interesting things, and one of them was this. And this is kind of a big no-no in residential. Might look all right, but so he's used these kind of wire connectors to make a junction here. And really, as far as I understand, code says all of these kind of junctions need to be in what's called a J-box. And a J-box we've talked about earlier. So we'll be cutting this out of here, and we're going to be putting several new J-boxes in. One over here where the power's coming in, and a big one to accommodate the 3 different switches that control the lights, because that's a lot of wires coming into one big box, and I'll show you what that looks like. So right now we have everything taken apart. Here's another example of wrapping it with, hooking them together and then wrapping it with electrical tape. You know, it's not really going to be a problem, but it's not code, so we're going to fix that.
All right, so we've gotten the junction box installed and a lot of the wires pulled, and you can see how many are coming into that. I think that's all of them. So then we'll start to make those connections. But we're also working on this one in here to get this sorted out. This is the lights for the laundry room. That's the lighting for the basement. So we'll continue on. All right, so here we are at the next phase. And you can see insulation is in this wall, these walls here and here, and here and here. And all the electrical is done. And once the insulation is in, then we can start putting the drywall in. So it's coming along nicely. All the plumbing has been buttoned up. All the, as I said, the electrical has been. Everything is sealed up. Let me show you real quick what it looks like on the outside. We've worked on the outside rock wall where there was that hole. So let me do that right now. So it's a little messy looking right now. But you might remember this corner. In fact, you can see the joint coming down here. It's actually below that stone, so it kind of up through here. That was all open. So those are new stones down here. Point at it, those down there. But these other stones had loosened up because when the termites ate this wall, they ate behind there and the mortar all fell out. So those have been strengthened up. So we'll let that mortar set nicely. You can see how we did that. That's steel pins that are leaning up against the stones to hold them in place. And then these rocks are there just to give it a little bit extra weight against the stone. So like I say, it looks a little messy now, but we'll clean that up. And then we got around the hose bib. So, can keep moving on here. All right, so the drywall is going up. Didn't bore you with that. You can see that we have a strip left here and one above the door. But getting it all put in. And the next phase will be mudding and painting and starting to put things back together. So we got a little bit of drywall to do back here and in this spot here too. All right, so this is going to be the final video on repairing the wall. Because at this point, the wall board is up. It's certainly got a number of coats of paint on it. The drywall mud has been put into place, and it's looking great. There'll be more work to do in terms of final finishes with paint, but I think that in repairing, we can call this D for done. And I think it turned out really well. I hope that George and Lena are happy with it, and Handyman Hank. Good job, guys. So thank you for sticking around through this pretty long video and watching the saga as this unfolded. And we'll catch you on the next video. Please like and subscribe. See you later. Bye.